Hey guys. I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome back to another video. Happy Friday. Time doesn't even feel real anymore in my book. It just does not feel real. It's like I knew yesterday was Thursday, but it didn't feel like it's the end of the week. Like the Monday through Friday week, right? And I'm like, I look at the date today and I'm like, it's Friday now? You know? And I'm like, it doesn't even, I guess, I don't know if this is happening to you, anyone, but like if it ever happens to someone, you know, like I'm pretty sure it does. Like I go by numbers sometimes and then by days. When I go by days, it just feels so dreadful and like killing, like a 9 to 5, just killing, you know, like it just kills your soul. And so I like going by the date. So today is the 11th of June, and 222, and so yesterday I was looking at the date, and I'm like, okay, and then I look at the date today, and it's Friday, and I'm like, wow, like the week just went by so fast. Like time doesn't even feel, you know, it just feels so sped up, you know. And I don't know if you guys have been looking at or following the Schumann resonance, which is the frequency, the vibration, the frequency, the energy, the like of the earth. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to that stuff, but it's like very high frequency right now, right? I guess today, or you know, these 15 hours or something, it's like a purple color, which is very angelic. It's usually not purple, and it has some purple in it in the graph or the whatever they're reading, right? And so it's been super, you know, the energy has been super, super high. And there's been, you know, like the tsunami, and then the earthquakes in the Caribbean waters, you know, like by Cuba and like Miami and like the Caribbean, you know, that area. And also in Japan, I heard. I used to be more like my vocabulary was better back in the day. Right now I'm on a journey of like healing and really listening to my body, and just focusing on like my relationship with the Lord, like on a spiritual level. And so I'm not grounded. I don't feel like I am like part of reality anymore. That does not mean you know, like I'm really, or I will be putting an effort more on reading and just reading in general. Reading, like starting to read like a good book or finding a good book to read, if whatever topic it is, for fun, so I could get in the habit of reading, and then start reading more like educational or things that I would like to really study. And yeah, my vocabulary honestly has gone out the window. I used to speak very, very well, like English, and so yeah, I used to, when I was a kid, I used to love the encyclopedias. Anywhere I would go, I like the oldest books. I loved so much. Like the older the book, the better. Just dictionary. What is it called? Thesaurus. I loved so much. 333. And thesaurus. I think it's like kind of like a dictionary, but it's just like words. You know, like the word kind. How many other ways can you say the word kind? And what is the opposite of the word? Oh no, it's not here. Of the word kind. So I think a thesaurus is both. So that would help me with like my vocabulary, you know. And yeah. Right now I am driving to Target Drive Up to pick up some ingredients to make a chili at home. A homemade chili for tomorrow. Today we're gonna eat pizza from Domino's. But I am not using a GPS since I'm recording, and this is the first time I am driving without GPS to Target. So I'm doing pretty good. We're almost there. And yeah, so yeah, I think talking with others, obviously, like actual people, helps even more. Or just listening to people, you know. Like I've never been like a person to have conversations like one-on-one. Oh yeah, definitely. I can talk to someone, right? But never like more than one person. I just get like nervous, and I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know how to speak or have like a group conversation, honestly, like more than one person. So yeah, I don't know if I should go there. It's kind of like a traffic jam going on over there. Okay, let's stop, and go. Yes, I let you pass. Why are you surprised? I'm typically a nice driver. Yeah. And we are going. So I think we should park over here. I'm waiting for my Target order to be done so we could pick that up. I am not in the mood to be working today. I'm on my monthly and I just need to relax. My son has given me a very stressful day so far, so when it's truly needed for like this peace and just relaxation and not going back and forth with your toddler, the tablet, like, you know, whatever favorite show they have, or kids games, I let my son use his tablet for that. Like right now, he loves axolotls. They're originally like salamander species, from what I know, and they're from like Mexico. I don't know the city or the state, but yeah. So let's see. Yeah, guys. So today was like, right now my son's into this show, this young adult, like college grade age, you know, like 19 to 22. He he has his own show. It's called Tara Green on Tubi, and he buys a lot of exotic animals, and axolotls are one of them. He rescues them and he takes care of animals that have been neglected or, like, you know, harmed or has lost limbs and things like this. You know, and he's very like detailed and informative, and he's just like chill and down to earth in a way that's not like toxic or like over the top with his shows. You know, like a lot of YouTube or TikTok is like, oh my god, chaos, drama, like let's make everything like, you know, like just like very hyper, you know, and it's like it's a lot of overstimulation for just anybody, but kids especially, and it's just like a trend that's like really bad. It's just a horrible thing. I dislike it so much. And my son, I feel like he's in the spectrum of like autism. You know, some children, they don't show like right away or anything, you know, but some do. You know, every child has a different type of autism, the ones that do, and my son is in that spectrum. I didn't have good luck or much luck when he was younger back in Oregon. I feel like here in Minnesota there's more funds for it, they're more invested in it, and there's a lot more options and specialists and just like schools for kids with autism, and they're cared for even more. You know, I know there has been like the fraud thing like here in Minnesota, but I truly feel like there is more help here. So I'm excited to start that process, and for the both of us, because I never had a good experience, or my son either, in daycares back in Oregon, and it's just very traumatizing for the both of us. It's hard when you don't already trust people, and like to leave your child, you know. It's not, you know, at first my son's father would be like, or like my own family, you know, like, oh, you have like you can't let your son go, you know, like you're so attached to him, like, and people don't see, you know. It's like, as a mother, I'm gonna protect my child no matter what, but people don't see the things that I see. I'm like, my son has, you could tell someone, you could tell a family member or even the father, like, oh, he has these symptoms or he shows this, and they're gonna brush it off because they're not seeing it like in front of their faces, you know. It's like, but now my son's father's like smaller child, he has a 3-year-old, he has autism, like a more severe case, and he's going, you know, with the mom is going to like specialists and getting like checked out, and a lot of things, a lot of like assessments and things like this that have to happen, right, in order to enroll him into the preschool accurately, like what help he needs, because he's very, very he's in like a more higher spectrum of autism. Like the signs are noticeable. For my son, they're not so noticeable. He still passes as a regular child, but with education, with the way of learning, he's very different. And I have always been like an advocate for my son, but I've never really had that knowledge of like autism. I've never had the time and the energy to actually research, read about it, because of all the spiritual warfare I was going through, all the attacks since my son was born, you know. It got really heavy after my son was born. And being a mother, learning how to be a mother, how to, you know, like carry everything, it was just extra heavy. I didn't have no more time, energy, emotionally, mentally, physically, nothing. And I'm like, I know my son, he needs, you know, this type of help and this and that. And like the education system in Oregon is, in general, the whole system is shit, but
Mom?
they do less there, and they take forever to diagnose and things like this. Okay, so yeah, so these past few weeks, my ex younger son has been, you know, going to a lot of like going through assessments and like all these things, right? And it's a few weeks of things. I'm not sure what exactly, because I'm not nosy like that, but I do like to know certain things, right? And so yeah, I guess he's also getting educated because the mom is getting educated, right? It's like a specialist is going to talk to the mother to tell you, well, this symptom, I see this in him, and this is how you could, you know, how you could help him, or this is what happens. And so his oldest daughter graduated, I think, from middle school on Monday, no, on Tuesday was a ceremony. And he mentioned that, you know, he went to the ceremony, and Mateo, please.
Sorry.
And his younger son was, you know, there was noise going on, and you know, it's a ceremony, so there's a lot of people, there's noise, you know, louder, and so he was he got overstimulated, you know, it was too much, and he started acting out. And that's something that he noticed, he said, you know. So my son does something like when he gets excited, and he's always done this when he was like, since he was more emotionally like expressive. And I was like, okay, well, that's not a normal thing. Maybe because he's younger, he's doing that. And he'll get, you know, like he'll grow out of it, right? Not overcome it, but grow out of it. And he did not, you know, he's still doing it. He gets excited, or like, you know, when he's, yeah, just excited, you know. And And yeah, like as a mom who can't, like, who doesn't have it in her to, like, no more in her to give to research about it, and like you're not getting any help from the state or anything. Like, we went once to a specialist through the doctor, through his pediatrician, because I was concerned about his speech, and also some signs and symptoms that I was saying that I know my son, like my, I can read someone really good that have good discernment. Like, I know my son especially. I don't, like right away. He doesn't even need to express to me, and that's another issue that I have, like with myself. I sometimes when we're busy with life and things like this, it's like you're on a go, right? And you don't let your child express themselves because you already know what they need, what they want, like you intuitively. Like, we know right off the bat, we know how they're feeling if something happens. We know the feelings that are coming up. We know, and it's like sometimes we're just like this, that I forget to let my son tell me, you know, and I think that's a normal problem, but for people that are like with spiritual gifts and that just know, they have that knowing of like everything in life. Um, I believe that God allows us to know and see because a lot of things we don't know as well. Um, it's it's hard sometimes. Lately I've, the circumstance I'm in, it's been good because it's like I was put, even if the outside world sees it as, oh, you're not doing this, you're not blah 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 blah, right? And they critique and judge. How I see, because it's my life, right? I have been in survival mode my whole life. And it got really, really even worse, like after I had my son, because I was going through it with the narcissist and everything. And just everything, I hit rock bottom, right? And just survival mode, like really just so bad. Now I'm just resting. I have been resting the past few months, but still on survival mode. Now I could like rest. And yes, I'm the circumstance I'm in, not everyone's going to understand, but I know God has his hand in this, and it's, however he moves things around, I'm gonna make you rest, daughter, like this is how it's gonna be, and like when I told you guys, I mentioned it before, like before driving here, um about 1,000 miles or some, um I was having a hard time. I'm like, I not that I know, I don't know, I know God is sending me like to do it, to come here, to let this person help me in this time, because it's my time to rest, and he's using this individual to help me, right? And I don't ask questions, it's like, okay, Father, like, okay, and everything would be like so great. Yeah, some days I have the feeling of like I need to get, back out there and this and that, but like patience and waiting, and waiting season, and God is moving, and a lot of things, are just changing and moving in the spirit, for me, around me. And some days it's hard to like understand. Some days I'm like, okay, I need to start working, I need to get up, but like I'm being forced to rest right now. And it's in the beginning, more in the beginning it was more challenging. um but you know now it's better, in a sense. And I could take things like slower and just be more at a slow pace. Everyday life, normal everyday life, how it should be, not rushing from one activity to the next to, I need to go here. I told this person I needed to do this for them and work and like this and that. That's, like, we're not built to be robots. And so yeah, it's been more of a smoother process. um and my nervous system has, every day or every, few days you get like an eye opener of like something that God is revealing to you, something that an eye opener. I call it eye opener, or you open your eyes to something. One, two, three. You open your eyes to something that you couldn't see before, but now you're seeing it. God is allowing us to see, um, and I'm always happy. I'm always happy for that. And that also has helped my son, chill more, because his nervous system is mostly dependent on the moms, right? On us. And I would always feel like a horrible mom because I couldn't do that for my son, because I was going through it, and I couldn't be that, like, emotionally stable, mentally stable, in the sense of like having the peace. Like, I would try my best, but I was fighting too, and that was the hard part. It's like people don't see that, they don't see behind closed doors. They only judge and criticize, and I'm just so over that. And when people just start acting up, having tantrums for no apparent reason, I just literally like remove myself, like stay the heck away from them. I give you three strikes and you're out. And that's the same thing with like my neighbors. 3 strikes and you're done. Like just stay away from me. I'm gonna make it apparent, like just stay away from me. Like, I'm not even gonna, not that I bothered or anything, like it's just like I'm gonna make it known that I don't want to be bothered, like my energy, my distance is just gonna be noticed. And because I don't play, and I'm so done. Like, grow the fuck up, people, just grow the fuck up, please. And it's just more annoying I'm very 0 to 100 real quick for like the people that I know and that have like been in my life, like especially the only person would be my ex, honestly. Everyone else is part of the past, I do text my dad here and there, and he is helping me financially at this time as well. But our relationship, it's like not really there anymore. He doesn't seek to like talk truth or like have accountability or anything of that energy wave. Like, I don't sense it. So, he's just like you know, I hope you guys are doing good, and like, how's everything right now, and like, just generally speaking. But I'm not like counting on him in that way anymore as my father. And yeah, sometimes it sucks. Sometimes you get in your feelings. Sometimes, like even when it has to do with my mom, it's like having that support, having like, what hurts the most, it's not the label of like parent. What hurts the most is just having someone, a female or male, to be able to be yourselves around them. Like, to just be yourself, let loose, especially in the hard times. It's really hard to. It's the hardest thing not to have someone like that. That you can express yourself and be yourself with in hard times, it just sucks. It's like being yourself and not being judged and just venting and crying it out, or being mad and yelling and like expressing the real raw and ugly. What's not like mocha boogers all over your face, like looking like a hot mess. Being yourself, like having someone real and truthful, like a true friend, a true person, and just hugging it out, and having a real conversation, feeling that love, feeling the love that someone cares and acknowledges and understands you. And if they don't, they're still there for you. That's what a lot of us chosen ones, we want and crave. And that's why we have tantrums sometimes, and we cry about it. And when people attack us for no reason, yeah, the past few days, like, we're really strong. We'll just ignore it, go like this, like brush it off, like we're fine, like we've been through this so many times all our lives. But like, you get to, like, the other night I was like having a breakdown. I'm like, it hurts. It hurts when people act a certain way and treat you like crap. Like, oh, I'm better than you. Like, just being mean, like, no words, but being just a bully, being mean, jealous, hateful, it hurts, like, just general, like, after everything we've been through, it's just like, leave me the fuck alone, just like really mind your business, mind your feelings, like stop projecting. Yeah, we take the high road a lot of the time. We don't want to be giving them the same type of medicine, like, we're not those people. We can be, we get fed up, we get tired, and we can become that. And that's just us. God sometimes, is okay. He allows it. Sometimes no, sometimes we will let that rage out, and we are human. And sometimes we will cry about it behind closed doors. Like, I'm tired of being like hurt and bullied. I didn't do anything to hurt anyone. Like, why am I being treated like this? Like, people that have a lot of support, a lot of them tend to do that. Like bullies, they have it all, or they have, they're secure, in family. They're secure emotionally, mentally. Like, they have, people have their back, if anything. And a lot of us, we don't have that type of support. And people take that for granted, and that's why they act like fucking brats and have tantrums and think they could treat people like shit. and the universe is just gonna like be okay with it, you know. And it hurts, it gets to us, you know. It's like, I don't know what else to say, you know. um we talk to our Lord, you know. I pray, I read the Bible, but we get emotional sometimes, and it's like you get hurt, you know. And it's not okay, it's just not okay. um and I don't know how people can't see things like that. Like, I don't understand. Like, and if you do, like, I'm not gonna make you feel worse in a way where, yeah, I'm not gonna give you the same energy. I'm not going to show you, like, play that game and being a bully to you too, being a mean girl to you too. I'm going to remove myself. And for people like this, for haters and envious people, jealous people who just project and like truly want a friend, truly want to be understood, truly, like, yeah, they may be lost and they see things in you that they would like to achieve or aspire, as a person, but they are nasty about it, you know. Instead of talking and having a conversation, oh, you didn't like this, okay, well, maybe we should break the ice and break the awkwardness and just talk, you know. Like, how much courage does that take? Instead of being a mean girl and being a bully and just being mean, hurting feelings, like, what process is that, you know? And so it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Yeah. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And 8888. But I'm catching a headache. It has cooled down. Yesterday was really, really nice. We did not go out at all. I was not feeling well. I could open all the windows. There was more breeze. The temperature went down. Today the temperature is a little. It's like high 70s. And then tomorrow is gonna go back to low 70s, which is cool. You know, less humidity today, which helps. Because, oh man, the humidity kills me. Just feels thick, you know. Like, I can't breathe, and then it's hot, and it's just like, oh my god. It's just unbearable. And there's not good circulation in my home. I could open the windows, the circulation is shit. So it just makes it worse. You know, I'm not gonna have the AC on all day because and it's old, so it doesn't, like, circulation's not good. But let's be thankful we have an AC, right? And circulation's not good, and the AC gets us sick after a few days. You know, like, it's too much cold air that's not, like, natural. It gets me and my son sick with allergies, or I don't know, irritation. And yeah, so it's like, what do we do? You know, the best thing to do is go to the lake to be by water, and just be out of the house. Go to the library, go to the store, go by, like, the trees and the grass sit on the floor. You know, it's more cooler on the ground and things like that, you know. It's like when it's obviously super hot, like the sun, we're not gonna be out because it's just gonna burn us. The sun here burns. But yeah, just hopefully the order is ready. I can't even sit at a restaurant anymore. Another day I went to Burger King. Yes, I still have fast food sometimes, probably once a week. You know, I try my best to be healthy. But financially we're not completely there yet. You know, so working through my perfectionism has been hard, but it's getting a lot easier, and just acceptance, you know. And you know, I sat in like a Burger King because my son likes to sit inside restaurants to eat. You know, with a lot of changes and awakenings and like all this stuff going on, I'm very, very sensitive, like, to people and energies and things like that. I don't want to be sitting in a restaurant most times. Very, like, overstimulated easily. And so, I feel like I may have, like, some sort of autism, honestly, because I'm very sensitive, and it's like, am I sensitive to spirit? Like, I mean, yes, but like, how does that go with like autism? You know, like, I feel like kids with autism are very gifted kids, you know, and I learn very differently. It's more with age. I can't concentrate easily anymore at all. I can't be multitasking. Like, I think I've burnt myself out throughout these years. That's why I can't do it anymore. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just letting it be. I'm not being hard on myself. Like, what happened to me? I've been through it, and like, my system is just like, how do they say it? Like, it's burnt, you know, like, it's burnt out. Like, it had its shock and it's done, you know? And so we sat in a Burger King the other day, a few days ago. I think about a week ago, honestly. And I'm like, I could read every single individual in here, like, real quick. Like, I just look at them and I already sense them. I'm like, I know how they live their life. I know what their, you know, how they think, their mentality, their philosophy in life, like, how they live their life, how they believe life is, their reality, all this. And I'm like, because a lot of them are like, just, you know, just worldly people are gonna drain you automatically, right? But it's just like, nothing harming, you know. Just, I see people where they feel sad. I see people where they need to, you know, their marriage is not working and they're older, and the woman is still like, she's done. Like, you can see she's drained. You can see the life out of her husband sucked because the husband is just very grumpy, you know, like, he's not, that spark of love is not there anymore, you know, like, things like this. Like, I'm like, damn, I don't want to see that stuff. You know, and I'm like, okay, let's just focus on my son here. I'm not up there in the air, like up looking everywhere, but like, I need to be aware of my surroundings, you know, like, I'm the one protecting my son, I'm the protector here. It's just me and my son, so like I need to be aware. I can't be like just down, looking down and like being, you know, but not in a paranoia type of way, just in a way that we have to be aware because we don't freaking know what's gonna happen. This world is crazy. Anything could pop off, and it's just like, damn, you know, it's crazy stuff. And I can't, like, I'm not connected to this reality anymore. Like, I'm truly an outsider looking in. Like, I'm sitting in front of Target parking lot looking at everyone, you know, and I could just, I see them. And yeah, everyone has their own reality, their own life, their own mentality. And everyone's just trying to keep up with this world. And it's just like, why? You know, I'm done. Like, I'm just done. Like, I'm done with this reality. And yeah, the changes are coming. People can feel it. You know, we've been saying this for a while. And even before I was woke, before I was awakened, you know. For a very long time, right? Imagine those people. Damn, the type of patience that they need to have to just bear with reality of like people in everyday life. It's like shit. You know, and it helps me with my patience because, you know. People and validation is another thing too, and it's just like, ugh. If I really get into it, I will trigger someone in a heartbeat, like in a second. Yes, we tend to put people in like a place where they question their whole reality. The fuck are you doing in your life? A lot of us chosen ones do that. Some do it more brutally, and I feel like I may be one to do that, even though I am very like mellow and like just chill person, you know, like I just like my peace, and my voice may be, you know, just, I'm just very calm, you know. But when someone irritates me, it's like you need a piece of like my mind right now in a way that you need change in your life, like for the better. And I will give it to you. And you don't have no choice but to see it. You know? I used to be more like that. More just like an automatic machine gun. And people truly hated me for that. I'm trying to have a balance in my gifts, and I'm also healing, and that helps obviously, so I'm not so triggered anymore as well. But yeah, that's how it is, you guys. It was raining off and on all day yesterday. A lot of breeze, but some humidity. The humidity is lower today, which is nice. It's gonna rain later in the evening, I think. And yep. Just with speed to get to this point, but at this point you have to make like turn choices. I was gonna see if I could cheat it. I've been seeing, I used to like this show, and I was younger, and I would watch with my brother. He's younger than me. We would see it. It would be always on, I don't know the network. Dog the Bounty Hunter. Um, I just started watching it because it's on like my regular channel, antenna channel on the TV. And yeah, I just love that show. I've been watching it for the, excuse me, for the past 2 days. And it just brings a sense of home to me because it used to be something I watched with my brother when we were younger, and it just made me feel like home because we would watch it at home, but it would have that feeling of like warmth. 222 license plates. And, you know, I've just been enjoying that. Yes, it helps me heal as well. My son, he's like 5% likes it, but he really doesn't. And he just gets annoyed. It's like, Mom, look at my show, you know, like on his tablet when he watches his Ashwaddle. And it's, yeah, like, my son's very, very, like, he's gonna be like a geeky boy, you know, like, just loves to know about stuff. Very smart, you know, likes to know, like, details, and, like, tells me, oh, Mom, it's this thing, like, the kid, he's, like, he decorates, like, the tanks of the exotic animals and what he's gonna put in it, and he tells you all about it, and he, like, draws a picture of it first, and he names the things, like, the products he uses, and he, like, shows himself, not himself, but the car driving to, like, the pet store and buying, like, the snake food, if it's like a mouse or whatever at the pet store, if it's like bloodworms, things like this. So my son, like, learns so much, and he says every detail, you know, like using words, like, you know, talking about things, not just showing, you know, what he's doing. And so my son loves that, and he learns so much. He's like, showed me yesterday, the guy was decorating like a turtle tank, and he says, oh, Mom, that's some type of plastic so it doesn't get soaked in that part of like the dirt, because the other part is gonna be like water and like cute for the turtle, right? His living space. And he named the specific type of like plastic to put on top of rocks, and then put bark dust, no, or like some special dirt on there for the turtle, like the dry area. And he named it, you know, and I'm like, oh wow, like I didn't even know that existed, you know. So it's just funny, and it's really cool. And you know, he sees like a snake, you know, like one of those smaller snakes eating like a mouse, you know, like a small mouse from like the store, the pet store, and him like, you know, eating. And it's just like, oh, I can't see stuff like that. It's disgusting to me. The only pets I would ever have is a turtle, and you know, like a smaller turtle and a frog. Anything else is a no. Dogs, yes. Ashwaddles in the future, once my son gets more like responsible, you know, and he learns a few things, we could have an Ashwaddle, because those you can't, I don't think you could touch them or pet them. Like, they're like fishes, they're gonna stay in their tank, you know. And that's fine with me. You know, it's just learning how to take care of them and like clean their living area and all that. But I can't do anything like bony, like I can't feel the bones, like rabbits and like mouse. Not mouse. Mouse is another one. I don't like tails. Yeah. But 444. Yeah, my sister had 2 rabbits about 10 years back. And no, it hasn't been that long. Like 5 years back. And I picked up the the female rabbit once, and it was so bony. I'm like, I thought it was gonna be fluffy and meaty, and heck no, it was bony as heck. I could feel the bones. I'm like, oh no, 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 never. You know, they're so cute, and there's a lot of bunny rabbits here in Minnesota, but I'm like, never, 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 never. I can't hold animals that are like that. I could feel their bones. Just very. Hamsters are so cute, like gerbils. I love gerbils when they're on their wheels and everything, but I can't hold them. They remind me of like rats and mouses, but they're so cute. Like, yeah, I wouldn't mind to have one in my home, but it would not be on the floor. You know, it would not be like I would not be able to pick it up, so I can't take care of it. Basically, you know, like I could clean its, what is it? Not aquarium, but it's you know, little fence thing. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, but where they live, right? Their cage. But I would not be able to pick them up, you know. So, and my son, he's like, the bigger he is, the more like he's very playful and like jokester, and he would like do stuff that that would just make me like jump, make my skin crawl. Like, oh, I'm gonna put the gerbil under the blanket or something crazy like that. Oh no, 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 can't do that. But anyways, you guys have a good evening. I think my order should be done. You guys take care of yourselves. The sun came out. It's been going in and out, but yeah. Okay, you guys have a good one. See you next time. Happy Friday. Not that it matters. You know, I feel like I'm meant to work for myself, like, you know, soon, you know, the Lord will help me with my momentum to get things moving. A lot of the times, you know, we are like in this stuck place. You know, everybody and their mother could tell you and give you advice, do this and that, and blah, 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 but like, energetically, if people are doing crazy shit to like stop you and keep you stagnant and all this, like, you can't really do much, you know, until God puts his hands in your situation, you know. And you can try. We're not lazy, you know. We're not lazy. We're not like, when we get something, like, we go for it, you know. Like, we have an idea, or like there's a job, like, we go for it. We work so hard, we perfect it, you know, and we become so good at like the position we're at. And then, like, a lot of the times I've enjoyed working in, like, when it has to do with assembling. Here in Minnesota, one of my favorite jobs was assembling for Boston Scientific, assembling defibrillators, which is heart pacers for the heart that go inside the heart, for people that need it. And so just that type of stuff, I just loved it. Like, I could be there working for hours. It does not feel like work. But their schedule is really shitty, and it's just if you haven't been there for a few years, like you can't pick your own schedule or it can't be part-time. And you know, I'm not quite there with my son yet. With that, and his father, I don't have any other help to pick him up from school or daycare when he starts or drop him off. You know, it's all me, so that just leaves like a very small area of like what I can do for work. Because if I did have the help, either dropping off or picking up, then it would be great working back at this place. Because other than people, you know, and their drama and their like whatever, you just focus on working. I used to do so good. Like, you need to beat this. You need to make this amount of like whatever. The batteries. I would make the batteries of them and like different things. And there's so many stages. And you put them in the oven and you take them out. There's so many like very like details, tiny details that I just love so much. And I would like in 2 weeks, I was like, I got it all down, you know. And it's multiple steps, multiple stations, and I was doing really good. But I just hated like the work schedule. Like I hated like so many things. It's like you start at 6 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. you know, and things like that. And so I don't know, maybe I will have the opportunity to go back there. I don't know. It's been since 2018 or 2017. I think 2018 or 2019. No, 2018. So it's been 8 years, you know. I went through this employment agency, and that's how I started, you know. And you get like a three month like whatever, that they see how you're doing and going to work and blah blah blah, you're punctual and this and that, you know. Just very like relaxed and peaceful, you know. And another thing is, I think you would have to work once a weekend, a month, or twice a weekend, like 2 times out of the weekend in a month or something. And that, yeah. But I don't know. That's the only thing that I would like to do that interests in me ever. Like I can't do anything else. Computer stuff, I get migraines like after a while. Even studying, like going to like online school, I would get migraines right away. That's when I started wearing like all the blue light glasses. And I've always wanted to wear glasses, but I've never had an eyesight issue. Like my eyesight has always been 20/20. And then I found out there's blue light, well, 999, right in front of me. And I started like trying to find all these glasses, and now I have like 6 of them, and I just love them. And this guy was just dancing for me. Like a happy dance. Oh, that's cute. But yeah, you guys have a good evening. It's been an hour of just me, my thoughts, and I, and my son in the background with his 222 again right in front of me. Lord have mercy. That's crazy. Alright, you guys, take care. See you next time. God bless everyone. And yeah, let's just keep it like peaceful and relaxed and just happy and just, you know, content with ourselves. And you know, we don't need much in life, you guys. I'm still learning how to. It gets more harder the more time passes, because these demons be triggering and trying to attack us like crazy, you know, and it's really hard to keep our composure sometimes, you know, like obviously it's gonna get to us in multiple different ways, not all the ways all the time, but like, you know, 3, 2, 1. Another 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 3, 2. Okay, you guys take care. Bye.